Okay. After yesterday.
All right, I'm walking through Hampstead Heath, minding my own business, and I bumped into these lovely ladies. Hi, how are you? Why'd you stop me?
I know you from triathlon, from watching you first of all triathlon, and obviously more recently your stuff on London Real.
Okay. And what do you think of what's been happening lately?
I'm confused. And
you cover a lot of issues that people are wanting to, question. People are not getting answers from our prime ministers, and it's just, adult conversation, and I think we should be entitled to have that discussion. And your live stream is good for that, because we don't know who to ask about these sort of questions on vaccines, and ask these questions on 5G, things that are really important for our environment and for our future and for the children's future. And that allows us to kind of, make our own rational kind of opinion and decisions about how we're kind of taking this pandemic, which is happening globally around the world. So we kind of appreciate, that you're taking the time out to have these adult discussions, and I guess everyone can kind of take it as they want, or
and free speech is free speech.
Yeah, free speech is important.
Free speech is free speech. You can't only have free speech, especially now. Free speech is really important. You can't be free speech only if we meet in person. Of course you can. No one's talking about anything criminal.
Yeah, it's not.
What's the big deal?
No one's hurting anyone.
People, we're human beings. We walk around. We are in charge of our own life. We have our own minds.
Yeah. Free
Don't
speech.
have to agree with everything.
We're not children. We're adults with children, and we're entitled to know exactly, what is actually going on. So, I just think, this whole censorship is kind of corrupt. Until we get answers, and until our prime ministers and ministers start explaining things to us, then we should be entitled to have adult discussions on platforms.
Yeah, and you said freedom of speech is freedom of speech regardless. What do you mean by that?
Well, you can't have freedom of speech only in person or on the telephone. Surely we now live online.
Yeah.
So that's where we get our information from. So just like different newspapers have different points of view.
Yeah, and most newspapers can lie a lot all the time, but they still can publish their information. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just think that these companies, they're private companies, so they said, oh, you have to respect our rules, but they're really acting like public utilities, and when we're all locked down, it's the only way we can talk to each other. And it's like, I think one of my guests made a good reference. He said, your phone in your house, you pay for that, that's a private company, but no one tells you what to say on your phone to each other, and yet we're not allowed to say things to each other via YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and all these other platforms. Now someone's watching, and it's only these certain things. I made this comparison to flat earthers. Like, if you believe the earth is flat, that's cool. I don't, but you do. But you can put a video up on YouTube and you can explain it all you want.
People will take that how they want
even
to.
For people who just want to laugh at them. I mean, I'm not saying, but even for people who just want to take the pure mickey, allow it.
Because it's free speech.
Exactly.
But if I want to get up and I have a theory about 5G or a vaccine does this or coronavirus does this, that all of a sudden we can't talk about. And Ofcom says a television station can't talk about that. Why?
Yeah.
And like you said, it's adults. We're adults having adult conversations, and we're not allowed to.
And there's other crime that they need to be worried about with online. The increased technology that we've got. It's allowing loads of different forms of crime which don't even involve censorship. We're talking about real crime, paedophilia, and doing all these online nasty hacking things, and you want to worry about adults having conversations because we don't get answers. Well, that's a bit concerning for me.
Yeah.
So
I can tell. You seem emotional about that.
I am emotional because, I care about the kids and I care about their future, and I care that we don't really have a say in having 5G. We don't have a say in, the vaccine. We don't have a say, it's kind of being labelled that you've got coronavirus when you haven't. They want to keep everyone away because you might have it. Then where's the testing? And now people don't even trust the government. They don't want to be tested. So where are we going with it? And now it just feels like throughout this whole pandemic, the government are just losing more and more trust of the public, and it's concerning. Yeah. It's very concerning, and it's very scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
And it's scary when we can't talk about it in a free way to have these debates and come up with better solutions. Like, if you cut down free speech, then you cut down everything. I bumped into a guy from Romania, and he said, Brian, I spent 18 years without free speech. I came to this country to get away from that. And he said, now we can't talk about things. And he's like, this is crazy. So,
You either choose to listen to something or you don't. You know, online you look at something, you start listening to it. Oh, I'm not interested in that, or oh, I don't agree with that, and that's fine. You don't listen to it, and that's it.
And conversely, when things are banned and restricted, it makes people who even have no interest even more interested. Tell me I can't have something, I'm going to want it even more. So if they want to limit the audience, what they're actually doing is increasing the audience.
I know.
You know, it's mad.
I know. This David Icke episode has like been one of the most watched things like in history, and it's gone around the world because they said we couldn't. So their plan is kind of backfiring. But there's a lot of, look, I feel like there's a lot of interest here that we don't understand. There's a lot of power and money involved in the 5G and the coronavirus and the vaccines, and I think that it gets clamped down with censorship and all these different platforms, and I feel it every day. Honestly, for 9 years, I always thought the people that talked about this were crazy, but now it's happening to me, and there's nothing crazy about it. Like, they literally just shut you off.
And we're standing here talking to you now. You're no threat to us. You're polite. You're being nice to us. And you're just having an adult conversation.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
People take it or not, you know. I don't think anyone should be criminalised for having an adult conversation about adult issues that are happening that affect everybody's life globally. Not even just in UK, but globally.
Yeah.
And I think we need to start having more platforms where higher power people actually start talking about, you know, topics and issues that people are concerned about when it comes to health and well-being.
All right, said it right there. Look, I appreciate both of you very, very much. You obviously are super strong and you're super opinionated, so thank you. We're going to keep streaming this stuff. No one's going to stop us. I'm going to do this or I'm going to die trying. so we're going to keep streaming. I can't do it on the YouTube platform, so we're doing it on our website at LondonReal.tv, and we're going to keep streaming these conversations because it's important to get the info out there and then let everyone make their choice.
That's right.
So that's what we're going to do.
And it's important for free speech.
Ooh, yeah.
For free speech.
Yeah. What do you think of free speech?
It's important because if you have a problem, you just need to say it. Because otherwise it's not going to get dealt with.
Yeah, it's not going to get resolved. Nothing's going to get spoken about. You just hold it all in. So you need to have that. As long as you don't offend anyone, it's, you know, we're not harming anyone by talking.
Yeah.
You harm people by acting. If you suppress people from talking, then people are going to act. And that's what you don't want to happen. So freedom of speech is really important.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's talk. Let's have a debate. I appreciate you all so much. I appreciate everybody out there that's fighting with us. So thanks so much. All right. Okay, bye. All right, thank you.